albums sold, and 7 Grammy nominations. Ladies and gentlemen, they are back on the Kevin and Bean Show on KROQ. Give it up for our friends in Garbage! Yeah! Guys, how long has it been? A couple years, maybe, since we saw you?
Oh, my God.
3 years, I think. Has it really been that long?
I think so.
I don't know.
Okay.
The next question. We're all too old to answer that question.
Wants us to move right along.
Yes. I just feel like we probably have missed so much. What have you guys been up to?
Well, the new album, of course. Oh, wait. What?
Oh, wait.
We're
working on a new album.
You are?
Yeah, we're working on a new album.
That was harsh, Kevin.
I'm saying I
Cold room.
I'm saying I want a new album.
Way to start with a complaint. What about what they have done for us, Kevin? Not what they haven't done for us.
I want a new album. That's all I'm saying.
You're getting one.
Okay, good.
We're in the middle of making it right now.
Okay, good.
Last night I went into a garbage deep dive because I was so excited you guys were coming on, and I hope this isn't I don't mean this in an insulting way. I feel that people slept. Nothing slept on Strange Little Birds. I feel like that was a great album that should have been every bit as big a hit as all your other albums.
Thank you.
It's so good, you guys.
We think so.
Yeah. So I guess what I'm saying is I'm very excited about the new music that you're making as well. Now, you've been touring a lot. I know that.
We have.
And you're doing the Blondie thing this summer?
No, we're doing our own. We did Blondie 2 summers ago.
Blondie? Okay.
Yeah, we played the Hollywood Bowl here and a bunch of places all over North America. It was a really fun tour, by the way. Has Blondie been in here? Because they are so rad.
We've had Debbie on the show before,
and funny. They're just super
really?
Cool. We did last fall. We did our 25th year of
That's not possible.
version 2.0.
20th.
20th, yeah.
Come on.
So
Feels
we-
like 25 to Butch.
It feels more than that. Feels like more than that. We did all the songs from version 2.0 plus all the B-sides, so that was real fun. And now we're just going out to play some of our own shows and play some festivals this summer, May through July. So we're looking forward to it.
Including the date May 16th, by the way, at the Shrine Auditorium. Tickets are on sale right now.
So excited.
Started for as low, that's a wonderful venue with so much history. Tickets, by the way, as low as $19 at garbage.com.
Is that true?
Are you guys trying to lose
Why am
money?
I so cheap?
That does
You
seem
need to jack
unfair.
that price up some. $29, $39.
AXS.com is where you want to buy the tickets. You know, it's interesting, Butch, you mentioned the 20th anniversary of version 2.0. I know that you guys kind of went back in and remastered the first 2 albums on their 20th anniversaries. And I'm wondering what that is like for you. Do you just update it because the technology has improved? Or are there things about the original mixes that, like, bug you after all those years and you kind of want to go back and
You
fix
need to tinker some more.
Well, left to my own devices, I'd still be tinkering.
You would.
Yeah.
You'd still be working on the first album if it were up to you.
You know, I've never been happy with a mix. Only happy when it rains. It just drives me crazy. And it's
Wait,
too late.
seriously?
Seriously, yeah.
It really is too late.
Yeah, it's too late.
It's too late. You got to let it go, man.
Because we did short story. We did a rough mix of that was I thought was perfect, but then we went back and mixed it about 10 times, and it never got as good as the rough mix. And why didn't we just put the rough mix out? I
You
don't
didn't
know.
still have the rough mix?
I think it was only mixed to DAD, and we wanted to print it from analog tape or master from analog tape.
So would me, a guy whose ears aren't particularly sharp, if I listened to my original copy of, say, the first album and then the 20th anniversary remaster, would I hear much of a difference?
Yeah, I think you would.
Really?
I think the technology better in terms of mastering and how they translate analog into the digital world is way more improved now than it was 20 years ago.
Do you listen to your own stuff on vinyl?
All day long. Can't get enough of yourself. Can't get enough.
No, but for reals, is that your chosen format?
Yeah, for reals.
Yeah, the band.
We're not buying. I don't believe anything you're truly saying. She breaks into laughter after every sentence.
I didn't have a turntable for many years, and the band gave me a turntable several years ago for my birthday, so I started going back and pulling out my old collection, and it's great. I love the experience of it. I love it that you got about 20 minutes to sit with a side of music and just not, focus your attention on anything else. And
Butch, of all people, not to have a turntable. What's going on?
I know. Well, when I moved out here, I've been out here now for about 14 years. I kind of purged all my stuff in Madison. I left a lot of stuff at Smart, which Steve and I closed the Smart Studios doors. And then, now I've slowly been reacquiring all the stuff that I purged.
All right.
That doesn't seem like that's how it's supposed to work.
I know, yeah.
If you were going to have the stuff, you should have just brought it out.
I know, yeah. That's the way it goes, though. As human beings, we are collectors.
Agreed, yeah.
Yes. And all of us have too much stuff, as I am finding out as I'm preparing to move, as I just don't know how to get rid of all the stuff I have. I just don't. Shirley, where do you live mostly? Are you mostly in the U.S. or mostly in Scotland?
This is awkward. I mostly live in the U.S.
Oh, really? That's a surprise.
Like where exactly?
What? What's the That was really creepy.
Do you feel that you're missing out on all the Brexit excitement by being in America?
Oh, I'm so relieved I'm missing the Brexit nonsense, to be honest. Everyone I know back home is literally pulling their hair out.
Yeah.
So,
it's miserable.
So you're staying here where no one's pulling their hair out. That's great.
well, yeah. I mean, it's the best of, better the devil you know than the devil you don't.
Everything's going great here.
Yay!
The band Garbage is in studio, by the way. We're talking about, among other things, the Shrine Auditorium show coming up on May 16th. Tickets are on sale right now, AXS.com. I have a question that came up in some of the prep I was doing yesterday about The World Is Not Enough, which I don't know is a song that we've ever talked to you guys about. Is that one that you do in the set usually or no?
Well, we just did it because, as Butch explained earlier, we did the version 2.0 20th anniversary show, and we were playing that every night. So, to be honest, we're not going to be playing it this time around because we're trying to change things up, you know.
Sure. I understood.
Yeah.
I just wanted to know, what's it like, because I don't know anything about what extra is involved when you get picked to do a James Bond theme. I would assume it's very different because you have other people that have to kind of sign off on your work rather than being your own gatekeepers. I mean, how does something like that work? Or do a bunch of people have to kind of approve it before it gets put in the movie?
Yes.
Oh, that sounds like it sucks.
It did.
Frankly, yeah.
And do they give you a lot of? Do they give you a format or a formula, a lot of rules that you have to follow to write the song so that it's Bond-esque?
Well, we didn't actually write that song. That was written by David Arnold and
Don Black.
And those are James Bond composer guys.
Yes.
yeah. And but they allowed us to have our way with it a bit. You know, we kind of garbageized their version of the song.
Mm-hmm.
So
I like that being a verb.
Yeah. Garbage.
Strong garbage. Yeah. Just came up with that.
Does it seem like a tremendous honor, though, when you look at the people who have gone before you as Bond themers, and you go, wow, we're part of that canon now?
Yeah, it was huge. At the time, it was huge. We were so excited. We've kind of gotten over the excitement now that 20 years have passed. But it was amazing at the time, and it's also fun to have in our sort of discography. I mean, it's pretty. Yeah, it was an honor.
Yeah. It's a rare artist that gets the opportunity to do it. Yeah.
It is indeed.
All right, Garbage is here. We have many more questions for y'all. Can we get you anything? Hot towels, mints?
We can take care of that off the air.
Flowers, please.
Both of those.
Anything we can do for you? Okay. We'll hook you up and come back more with Garbage right after this on KROQ. I put up a tweet last night that the band Garbage was going to be in studio with us here on the Kevin and Bean Show, and hundreds of responses and reactions and favorites and everything.
Which we don't normally get.
No, not on our own.
Oh,
but
please.
I knew that you guys were popular, but I didn't realize how many people consider you their very favorite band. And I bet you hear that a lot, and I bet that must be told.
Hundreds.
They all wrote in.
I mean, look, it's one thing to say, yeah, I really like that band. It's another thing to say, you're literally my favorite band. I mean, you probably, because you idolize musicians, too, you have favorite bands, too. It still must be weird for you to hear people say that to you, I guess is what I'm saying.
Yeah, it is weird. I mean, the strange thing is, there's no other band, for better or for worse, like us, and so we obviously have a really devoted following,
Mm-hmm.
And yeah, we've been around a long time, so we've sort of grown up with people, and their lives have changed along with our lives, and that creates a really weird, tight sort of bond, I think, for fans,
Definitely.
Is it weird when they come up and say that to you, though? You know what I mean? Like, I worship you guys, and you don't know them? Like, is it a little awkward?
It's not awkward. It's always weird. I mean,
Yeah.
But it's never awkward. It used to be awkward. I think when we were younger, it felt really bogus, really embarrassing.
So bogus.
And now,
Like, no way, you would say?
yeah, kind of. I was embarrassed. And now we've been around long enough, I feel at least like, yeah, I get it. You've listened to 6 of our albums,
Yeah.
and I get that,
Yeah. Yeah, people have grown up with you for sure.
Yeah.
Shirley, you said something, maybe it was on Twitter, maybe it was in an
Oh,
interview.
God.
And I have to agree with that. I really do.
You're
And
the one that said it.
And I know that I know that people hate it when they say something, especially if it's offhanded, and then it becomes a talking point for interviews. But I was so fascinated with your reaction to the fans who love Billie Eilish.
Oh, I saw that, too.
I was so surprised by what you said. Would you? I don't want to put words in your mouth.
Okay,
Would
my
you
words
recap
are,
what your tweet was?
Yeah, because I feel really strongly about this. I mean, by the way, this has nothing to do with the quality of Billie Eilish's music, which I think is great. She's great. You know, that is a given. She's great, clearly.
Very talented.
Very talented, and making a unique sound, you know, with her brother, and that's all wonderful. What gives me the heebie-jeebies is how there is this bizarre appetite for younger and younger white girls. It scares me. I don't like it. And, you know, record companies are falling over themselves to sign young girls at the age of 12. I'm sorry, I think that's sick. End of story.
So, in other words, even though you know an artist like Lorde or an artist like Billie Eilish might be a teenager and have music ready to go, you think record labels should say, "Hey, come back when you're 21"?
I think they should be left alone until they're 18, so that they can explore who they are and what they are, so that when they do finally get out into a public situation, they're a bit more prepared for it. I mean, it's intense. I mean, make no mistake, you know, look what happened to Britney, look what happened to Michael Jackson, look what happened to Justin Bieber. There's something that goes terribly wrong when a young child is given that much social power.
That is a really interesting point. I'm glad you explained that further, because all of that wasn't evident in the original comment. So when she starts putting up stuff on SoundCloud, which is kind of how she got known, you think record companies should have kind of backed off and just let her do her thing and grow up first?
Yeah, I do. But, you know, I mean, what I think is irrelevant. I can't change a system.
No,
I'm
but
just saying I don't
you're
agree with
coming
it.
from a point of view of somebody who knows, because you know how you would have felt with the kind of the level of fame that you achieved. Had you gotten it much, much earlier, it might have been very detrimental to you.
I'm sure it would have been. I mean, like I say, let's just see where the stories all end. That's my point. That scares me a little.
And it's a whole different ballgame now with social media and everything. It's heightened everything.
Yeah.
I couldn't even imagine being a child with social media. I don't know what I would do, let alone being a famous child with social media.
Anna, especially a woman, especially a teenage girl.
And there's something uncomfortable for me now. A lot of people disagree with me, but I'm just saying there's something repulsive about hearing a 40-year-old man sexualize a 16-year-old. That makes me
But can I say
literally feel a bit sick.
Can I say that that's my favorite album of the year, though?
Of course you can.
Okay.
But
Just check. I want to make sure that.
You sounded gross when you said it.
I don't want to go.
But do you
I don't want to go
understand
south of
this is, I
Shirley.
am not talking about music
Agreed.
here.
Right.
There's
Agreed.
more at play than just the music.
Yeah,
What people
agreed.
seem to forget is people's lives, you know, and that's what bothers me.
This is why I asked, because I knew that you would have you would be coming from a place of thoughtfulness. This is why I asked you about that.
I'm not thoughtful. I just have a fierce opinion.
But I will also say that people like Kevin and people like me, who are maybe perhaps way out of the demo of who should love Billie Eilish, we both love her, but in no way are sexualizing her.
I'm not suggesting everybody is. I'm just
Okay.
saying there is a vast swathe of people who do, and and they do it publicly, and it makes me sick. So there you go.
I can see that.
I'm not
Is
going
it
to justify
okay?
my position.
I can
That's
see
my
that.
opinion.
How much I love Taylor Swift. Is that okay? Because she's almost 30.
I feel like you're messing with me. Yeah, of course it's okay. But it's not a laughing matter in this current climate.
Understood.
Young women need protected, and I will do my very best to do that. Everyone else can do what the hell they want. I'm
That is
just
admirable.
telling you that's my perspective, and nobody's going to change my mind.
We don't want to, and I'm actually glad that you put it out there, because that is a side of that story that I hadn't thought about.
Oh,
So
no, I say Shirley 2020. That's even possible.
I feel like I've darkened the room.
Not even a little bit.
no.
So
You're
we
among
can move on
friends, and
from here.
we're just having a conversation.
I know, but I get so fierce about this. I can't help myself.
That's what you
why we
should.
love
You're
you.
coming from a position not only of someone that knows how the industry is, you're coming from a position.
It's a nasty
It's
industry.
disgusting. It's disgusting.
Yeah.
I support you, Shirley.
We do too. You
Let's
know,
be happy and cheerful.
Okay.
Woo!
the three gents in the band
Yeah.
all have daughters.
Yes.
So we're well aware of everything that Shirley's
Yeah.
talking about.
Do you guys know any good puns?
Do you read poetry?
Butch, I know you say that you're working on a new album. Do you even have time to do other people's work anymore?
I do. I just finished Silver Sun Pickup's new album.
Yeah, you did.
We
Widow
just
Sweets,
played that new song a little while ago.
And yeah, and thanks for playing it. I think it's a great record, and they're awesome people. We had so much fun. We did most of the record at Billy's studio. Our engineer has a little studio in Atwater, and they all live in the hood there. And we've known it for a long time. We did a record store day release a couple years ago with Brian, where Brian and Shirley did a duet. And it just felt kind of like a natural thing to work with them, as I said, because we've gotten pretty close to them. But
Do you think, with all of the technology that's available today, what it would have been like when you started, when you were making music, early 90s? Kids can make an album in their bedroom now.
Well,
on their phone, they can make an album now.
And we made this record a bit guerrilla style. They're self-financed. It's distributed through a major, but, like everybody these days, trying to keep really tight budgets. So we did a lot of pre-pro at my home studio, which didn't cost anything. And rather than track right away, we started with Brian cutting the guitars. He recorded the acoustic and electric guitars first.
And that's different than you've done?
Yeah, a lot of times you go and you record the band live and you go for the drums and bass and whatever. But we did it backwards. We cut all the guitars and keyboards, then we went back later and did the bass and drums. And
why?
So, really just to be efficient with our use of studio time. So, but the band was up for it, and I think the record is great. It's very, it's quite eclectic stylistically. There's a lot of sort of different areas they go into in the songs, and I think it's probably their best record. Of course, I'm not prejudiced at all.
I feel like if Butch doesn't...
As a whole, I think it's maybe their best record.
If Butch doesn't work on your album, what are you even doing in music? Right? Like, every album, it's like, oh, Butch Vig worked on this. Of course he did.
Do you guys still get a thrill playing live?
Yes.
Yeah.
I love playing live.
Yeah.
And the reason I thought to ask that question is because I know how, and Butch, particularly with you, I know how particular you are about the way things sound, and nothing can ever be perfect enough. And I just wonder, you give all that away when you get out there and it's live and it's sweaty and it's in the moment, but you're able to kind of turn off the producer engineer side, and just the musician side carries you through.
Yeah, and you hit the nail on the head. A live performance is unpredictable, and I think that's why it's so unique and great, and kicks up our adrenaline every night.
Yeah.
If it was perfect, it would be really effing boring.
And highly unusual.
And it would be highly unusual.
I mean, we saw that at Weenie Roast 4 years ago.
Oh my
Very
God,
unpredictable.
Allie, come on!
It was the greatest moment I've ever seen on stage.
It was amazing.
Shirley fell off stage mid-lyric. You wouldn't know unless you saw her fall, because the song just remained. Everything's fine. She was lifted back up.
She kept singing the whole time.
You wouldn't have known that she fell.
It was supernatural.
It was amazing.
What kind of voodoo is she practicing?
It was a bit superhuman, superhero style.
It really was.
Amazing.
Until you look at the footage, and then I don't look like a superhero at all. I look like an absolute clown falling off a stage.
Right, but you kept singing perfectly.
I sure did.
That's the point.
Well, you can see Garbage at the Shrine Auditorium. No guarantee Shirley will fall off the stage again.
Oh, God,
but it's going to be
please no.
a great show on May the 16th. I cannot believe tickets are still available for this, but get on this immediately. Do not sleep on Garbage at the Shrine. AXS.com or garbage.com. Tickets are only $19 and up. And by the way, one of the great live bands. We've been lucky enough to have them play a bunch of KROQ shows.
We also have 5 pair to give away.
Yes, we'll get to that. And you will always have a great time at Garbage. And we're going to have 5 pair to give away. Dirk, pick a number to start with.
Duke.
Pick a number.
Pick a number.
24.
Duke, 24. All right. So callers 24, 25, 26, 27, and 28. You will win tickets to go see Garbage at the Shrine on May 16th. Give us a call right now and enjoy yourself. Guys, let's not make it so long before we come in. Have you come in again?
Right on.
Thank you, guys.
We love you.
It's the Kevin and Bean